Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I can't do it? If you have, then let me tell you something. You are not alone. Doubt is a shadow that follows us, whispering words of fear, trying to hold us back. But the truth is, doubt is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of a powerful transformation. We often underestimate ourselves because we focus on our weaknesses rather than our strengths. We compare our journeys with others, thinking they have it easier. But remember this: every strong individual you admire once struggled, once doubted, and once fell. The difference is they chose to rise. Doubt is a silent force that sneaks into our minds, often without warning. It plants seeds of uncertainty, making us question our abilities, decisions, and even our worth. It is that voice inside us that says, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? Or what if I embarrass myself? This voice can be so convincing that we start believing it without even challenging its validity. We are conditioned to seek validation, whether from parents, teachers, or society. When we achieve something, we are praised. And when we fail, we are often reminded of our mistakes rather than our effort. Over time, this creates an internal fear of failure. We become afraid to try, afraid to take risks, and afraid to step outside our comfort zones. This fear slowly turns into doubt, preventing us from seeing our true potential. Doubt doesn't just come from within. It is reinforced by external factors as well. Sometimes, the people around us unintentionally or intentionally make us question our abilities. A single discouraging remark, a judgmental glance, or even a comparison to someone else can be enough to trigger self-doubt. We start thinking, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not capable enough. This cycle continues until doubt becomes a part of our identity. The impact of self-doubt is powerful. It can paralyze us, making us overthink simple decisions. It can stop us from speaking up, from taking opportunities, and from believing in our own dreams. When doubt takes over, even the smallest challenges feel impossible to overcome. We hesitate, procrastinate, and sometimes we give up before even trying. The sad reality is that many dreams are abandoned not because they were unachievable, but because doubt convinced someone that they were. The good news is that doubt is not permanent. It is not an unchangeable truth. It is a temporary illusion. It exists only as long as we allow it to. Just as doubt is learned over time, it can also be unlearned. But for that to happen, we must first recognize its presence and understand where it comes from. One of the most effective ways to overcome doubt is by questioning it. Instead of blindly accepting those negative thoughts, ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have that I can't do this? More often than not, you will realize that your doubt has no solid foundation. It is built on fear, past experiences, and assumptions rather than facts. Another way to counter doubt is by shifting your focus. When we doubt ourselves, we magnify our weaknesses and minimize our strengths. But what if we reversed that? What if instead of dwelling on what we lack, we focused on what we already have? Every person has a unique set of strengths, talents, and skills. Recognizing and embracing them can help replace doubt with confidence. One powerful example of this is seen in people who have faced extreme hardships, yet emerged stronger. Think about those who have lost everything and still found a way to rebuild their lives. They too must have experienced moments of doubt, but they chose not to let it define them. Instead, they used their struggles as fuel to move forward. Another important aspect of overcoming doubt is taking action. Often, we wait until we feel confident before we start something. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. The more you push yourself to do things despite your doubts, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every small victory, every completed task, and every risk taken chips away at doubt, replacing it with confidence. It's also important to be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. If you constantly hear negativity, criticism, or discouragement, your doubt will only grow stronger. But if you surround yourself with supportive, encouraging individuals, Their belief in you will help strengthen your own belief in yourself. Seek out mentors, friends, and role models who inspire you and push you to be better. Remember that failure is not proof of incapability, it is proof of effort. Every successful person has faced failure at some point. The difference is that they did not let failure fuel their doubt, they used it as a lesson. Instead of thinking, I failed, so I must not be good enough, tell yourself, I failed, so now I know what doesn't work. I'll try again, differently. Doubt will always try to creep in, but you have the power to control how much space you give it in your mind. The next time doubt whispers, you can't do it, respond with, watch me. Perspective is the lens through which we view the world, and it has the power to shape our reality. The way we interpret situations, challenges, and even ourselves determines whether we move forward with confidence or remain stuck in doubt. The problem is that many of us have unknowingly conditioned ourselves to see obstacles as limitations rather than opportunities. We allow fear and uncertainty to control our actions, and in doing so, we reinforce the idea that we are incapable. But the truth is, the difference between success and failure is not always talent, luck, or resources. It is perspective. When faced with adversity, our natural reaction is often to focus on what's wrong. We dwell on the problem, we overanalyze what went wrong, and we convince ourselves that things are beyond our control. This negative mindset keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if, instead of looking at challenges as roadblocks, we saw them as stepping stones? For example, two people who face the same setback, perhaps both of them fail an important test. One person thinks, this proves I'm not smart enough, I'll never be good at this. The other thinks, this was just one attempt. Now I know what I need to work on. The difference between these two people is not their ability, but their mindset. The first person allows failure to define them, while the second person uses failure as feedback. This shift in perspective changes everything, because it determines how they move forward. The power of perspective is evident in every area of life. People who believe they are unlucky will always find reasons to confirm that belief. They will focus only on their failures, ignoring the moments when things went right. On the other hand, people who believe in their own potential will see setbacks as temporary and will continue pushing forward. It is not the situation that defines us. It is how we interpret. One of the greatest transformations happens when we move from asking, why is this happening to me, to what can I learn from this? The moment we make this shift, we take control of our own narrative. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, we become active participants in our own growth. Every experience, whether good or bad, becomes a lesson that helps us evolve. Many of the most inspiring individuals in history did not have easy journeys. They faced rejection, failure, and countless obstacles. But what set them apart was their ability to see beyond their struggles. They didn't dwell on their limitations. They focused on what they could do. They understood that hardship is not the end of the road, it is part of the journey. A simple yet powerful way to shift perspective is through gratitude. When we are consumed by self-doubt, we tend to focus on everything we lack. Lack of confidence, lack of skills, lack of opportunities. But when we consciously practice gratitude, we train our minds to see abundance instead of scarcity. We start noticing the resources, strengths, and opportunities we do have, and this naturally builds a positive mindset. Another way to develop a strong perspective is through self-awareness. Often we allow external voices, society, criticism, comparison to dictate how we see ourselves. We internalize negative opinions, believing them to be the truth. But when we take the time to reflect on our own values, strengths, and aspirations, we reclaim our personal power. Instead of measuring our worth based on external validation, we develop an inner confidence that is unshaken by temporary failures. Reframing perspective also requires action. It is not enough to simply tell ourselves, I will think positively. We must back our mindset with effort. If we believe we are capable, we must take steps to prove it to ourselves. Small daily actions, whether learning a new skill, taking on a challenge, or simply speaking kindly to ourselves, reinforce a positive perspective. Over time, these actions accumulate and transform not just how we think, but how we live. Perspective is a choice. We can choose to see obstacles as impossible barriers, or we can choose to see them as challenges that will make us stronger. We can choose to let fear hold us back, or we can choose to use it as motivation. Every day we are given the opportunity to decide how we will interpret our circumstances. And the moment we shift from I can't to I can, we open the door to a world of possibilities. Failure is often seen as the enemy of success, something to be avoided at all costs. From an early age, we are taught to strive for perfection, to win, to succeed, and to avoid mistakes. But in this pursuit of a flawless journey, we develop a fear of failure that holds us back from taking risks and exploring our true potential. The reality is that failure is not the opposite of success. It is an essential part of it. Every mistake, setback, and disappointment carries within it a lesson that, if embraced, can propel us forward. When we fail, our immediate reaction is often frustration, embarrassment, or self-doubt. We feel as though we are not good enough, that we lack the skills or intelligence needed to succeed. This feeling is natural, but it is also misleading. Failure is not a reflection of our worth. It is a moment of learning, a signal that something needs to be adjusted. The only real failure in life is refusing to try again. Think of a child learning to walk. They stumble, fall, and sometimes cry, but they never decide maybe walking isn't for me. They get up and try again until they succeed. Yet as we grow older, we lose this natural resilience. Instead of seeing failure as part of the learning process, we start seeing it as a sign to stop trying. But if we could adopt the mindset of a child, if we could see failures as stepping stones rather than walls, imagine how much more we could achieve. One of the biggest mistakes people make is associating failure with personal inadequacy. When something doesn't work out, instead of analyzing what went wrong, we internalize the failure and believe that we are not good enough. But failure is never about who we are. It is simply a result of the choices we made and the circumstances we faced. It is feedback, not finality. It tells us what needs to change, what needs to improve, and what we need to do differently. Some of the most successful people in the world have failed more times than they have succeeded. The difference is that they did not let failure define them. Instead, they used it as a tool for growth. They understood that success is not built on a single victory, but on multiple attempts, each one refining their skills and sharpening their knowledge. The inventor of the light bulb failed thousands of times before finding the right formula. When asked about his failures, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." His perspective on failure was what allowed him to persist. Instead of seeing each unsuccessful attempt as a reason to quit, he saw it as valuable information that brought him closer to his goal. The same principle applies in every aspect of life, whether in academics, careers, relationships, or personal goals. Every failed test is an opportunity to study smarter. Every job rejection is a sign to improve skills or seek a better suited position. Every disappointment in life is a lesson that builds resilience, wisdom, and strength. Failure also teaches us humility. When things don't go as planned, we are reminded that we still have more to learn. It keeps us grounded, helps us develop empathy, and allows us to appreciate success even more when it finally comes. If everything worked out perfectly all the time, we would never grow, never evolve, and never truly understand the value of perseverance. The key to embracing failure as a lesson is to separate emotions from the experience. It is easy to get discouraged and feel defeated. But instead of dwelling on the negative emotions, shift your focus to what can be learned. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? What skills do I need to develop? By treating failure as a learning opportunity rather than a personal defeat, you regain control over your own progress. Another important aspect of handling failure is resilience, the ability to bounce back. It is not about never falling. It is about getting up every single time you do. The world is filled with stories of people who faced countless failures but refused to give up. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, intelligence, or luck. it is perseverance. Failure is not the end of the road, it is a signpost pointing us in the right direction. The most valuable lessons in life come from the moments when things don't go as planned. These lessons shape us, strengthen us, and prepare us for the opportunities ahead. Every setback, no matter how painful, carries within it the seeds of future success. So the next time you fail, remember, it is not the end of your journey. It is a new beginning. Determination is the driving force behind every great achievement. It is what keeps us moving forward even when the odds are against us, even when the path is unclear, and even when we feel like giving up. Many people have dreams, ambitions, and goals, but not everyone has the determination to see them through. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not always intelligence, talent, or luck. It is the unwavering commitment to keep going despite obstacles. And challenges are inevitable. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when failures seem overwhelming, and when progress feels slow. In these moments, many people give in to frustration and self-doubt. They start questioning whether their efforts are worth it and whether they have what it takes to succeed. But those who are truly determined do not allow setbacks to define their journey. Instead, they use every challenge as motivation to push harder. Determination is not just about working hard, it is about working with a purpose. Many people put in effort but give up when results don't come immediately. They expect success to be quick and easy, but true success requires persistence. It requires showing up every day, putting in the effort, and believing in the process even when the results are not yet visible. Think about the people who achieve greatness in any field. Athletes, scientists, entrepreneurs, artists, none of them got to where they are overnight. They dedicated years of their lives to their craft, facing failures, criticism, and self-doubt along the way. But what kept them going was their determination, their refusal to quit, their belief in their ability to improve, and their willingness to push through difficult times. One of the biggest misconceptions about determination is that it comes naturally to some people. The truth is, no one is born with unlimited willpower. Determination is a habit that is built over time. It starts with small commitments, waking up early to work on a goal, staying disciplined in difficult moments, refusing to let failure discourage you. Every time you choose to keep going instead of quitting, you strengthen your determination. A crucial part of developing determination is having a strong reason behind your goal. If you don't know why you want something, it is easy to give up when things get tough. But when your goal is deeply connected to your values, your dreams, and your personal mission, you will find the strength to keep going no matter what. A powerful why gives you the energy to persist even when motivation fades. Another key factor in determination is resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks. Life will test you, and there will be times when things seem impossible, but resilience allows you to stand back up every time you fall. Instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as part of the journey. Remind yourself that every setback is temporary and that growth happens in moments of struggle. There will also be moments when doubt creeps in, when you question whether your efforts will ever pay off. In these moments, it is important to focus on progress rather than perfection. Many people give up because they expect quick results. But success is built step by step. Every small victory, every bit of progress is proof that you are moving forward. The key is to stay consistent and trust the process. Surrounding yourself with the right influences also plays a huge role in staying determined. If you are constantly around negative, discouraging people, it will be harder to stay motivated. But if you surround yourself with those who uplift you, who remind you of your strengths, and who believe in your potential, your determination will grow. Seek out people who inspire you, mentors, role models, and friends who push you to be better. Determination is a choice. It is the decision to keep going, even when things are tough, to believe in yourself, even when no one else does, and to commit to your dreams, even when the journey is long. The road to success is never smooth, but those who refuse to quit, who keep learning, and who stay determined, will always find a way forward. No matter where you are in your journey, remember that determination is stronger than any obstacle. It is not about how many times you fall, it is about how many times you rise. The only way to fail is to stop trying. So keep pushing, keep believing, and keep moving forward. Because as long as you refuse to give up, success is always within reach. Self-belief is the foundation of every great achievement. It is a quiet yet powerful force that drives individuals to take action, push through challenges, and pursue their dreams despite obstacles. Without self-belief, even the most talented and capable individuals struggle to make progress, while those with unwavering confidence in themselves often achieve what once seemed impossible. The way we see ourselves directly influences our actions, decisions, and ultimately our success. If we do not believe in our own abilities, no amount of talent or external motivation can push us forward. Many people struggle with self-doubt, questioning whether they are smart enough, skilled enough, or deserving of success. This lack of confidence is often the result of past experiences, failures, criticisms, or negative comparisons with others. Over time, these moments shape a person's perception of themselves, making them feel incapable or unworthy. However, the truth is that self-belief is not something we are born with or without. It is something we develop and strengthen over time through conscious effort. One of the most important aspects of self-belief is understanding that your potential is not fixed. Many people assume that their abilities are set in stone, that they are either talented or they are not, capable or incapable. This mindset limits growth and prevents people from taking risks. However, those who believe in their ability to learn, improve, and adapt are the ones who continue to grow. They do not see failure as a reflection of their worth, but as an opportunity to get better. The simple act of believing that you can improve changes everything. It turns challenges into opportunities and obstacles into stepping stones. Self-belief is not just about confidence, it is about trust. It is trusting yourself to handle difficulties, to make decisions, and to learn from experiences. People who lack self-belief often hesitate to take action because they are afraid of making mistakes. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect skill set, or the perfect conditions before they start. But those who believe in themselves understand that there is no such thing as the perfect time. They take action despite uncertainty, trusting that they will figure things out along the way. One of the biggest obstacles to self-belief is comparison. In today's world, where social media constantly showcases the highlight reels of other people's lives, it is easy to feel inadequate. We compare our struggles to someone else's success, our weaknesses to someone else's strengths, and our journey to someone else's destination. This habit of comparison weakens self-belief, making us feel as if we are not enough. However, the truth is that everyone has their own unique path, strengths, and timeline. Instead of measuring yourself against others, focus on your own progress. Celebrate your growth, acknowledge your efforts, and remind yourself that your journey is valuable. Another key to building self-belief is changing the way you talk to yourself. The words we say to ourselves matter more than we realize. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do this," "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail," your mind starts to believe it. Negative self-talk creates a cycle of doubt and hesitation. But if you consciously replace these thoughts with positive affirmations like, "I am capable," "I am learning," and "I can figure this out," your mindset shifts. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to see yourself in a more confident and empowered way. Taking action is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen self-belief. Confidence is not something that appears out of nowhere. It is built through experience. The more you step out of your comfort zone and take on challenges, the more evidence you create for yourself that you can do difficult things. Every small success, every challenge overcome, and every lesson learned reinforces your belief in your abilities. Even when things do not go perfectly, the fact that you took action proves to yourself that you are capable of growth. Surrounding yourself with the right influences is also crucial in building self-belief. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, or people who bring you down, it becomes harder to believe in yourself. But when you surround yourself with supportive, encouraging, and ambitious individuals, their belief in you strengthens your own. Find mentors, role models, or friends who inspire you and remind you of your potential. Sometimes having just one person who believes in you can make all the difference. Self-belief is not about arrogance or thinking that you will never fail. It is about knowing that failure does not define you. It is about understanding that setbacks are temporary and that you have the strength to rise again. It is about choosing to trust yourself, even when things are uncertain. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never faced failure. They are the ones who believed in themselves enough to keep going despite it. The way you see yourself determines what you are capable of achieving. If you believe you can, you will find a way. If you believe you cannot, you will find excuses. The choice is always yours. Choose to believe in yourself, because the moment you do, everything changes. The journey from doubt to determination is not always easy, but it is always possible. Every person at some point in life experiences moments of uncertainty, moments where fear, hesitation, or failure seem too overwhelming to overcome. Doubt can be paralyzing, making us question our abilities, our potential, and even our dreams. However, what separates those who achieve their goals from those who remain stuck is the ability to turn that doubt into determination. The transition from uncertainty to unwavering belief is not about eliminating fear, but about choosing to move forward despite it. Doubt often begins in the mind. It is shaped by past experiences, negative self-talk, and external influences that make us feel incapable. Sometimes it is the fear of failure that holds us back. Other times it is the fear of judgment, of what people will say if we try and do not succeed. These fears create a cycle of hesitation, where instead of taking action, we stay in our comfort zones, convincing ourselves that we are not ready, not talented enough, or not meant for success. But the truth is, doubt is not a permanent state. It is simply a thought, and thoughts can be changed. The first step in transforming doubt into determination is understanding that doubt does not mean inability. Just because you feel uncertain does not mean you are not capable. Many successful people started their journey full of doubt, questioning whether they could achieve what they set out to do. But instead of letting doubt stop them, they chose to push forward. They understood that doubt is a sign of stepping into the unknown, and the unknown is where growth happens. One of the most powerful ways to overcome doubt is by taking action. Action is the antidote to fear. Often, we wait until we feel confident before we start. But confidence does not come before action. It comes as a result of action. Every step taken, no matter how small, builds momentum. Every challenge faced and overcome strengthens belief in one's ability. The key is to focus on progress rather than perfection. Even if the first step is uncertain, it is still a step forward. Resilience is another crucial factor in transforming doubt into determination. Life will test you. There will be setbacks, failures, and unexpected difficulties. But determination means standing up every time you fall. It means reminding yourself why you started in the first place and refusing to let obstacles define your journey. The most successful people are not those who never failed, but those who never gave up. They faced rejection, criticism, and self-doubt, but kept moving forward. That is the true essence of determination, the ability to persist despite difficulties. Another important aspect of overcoming doubt is changing the internal dialogue. The words we say to ourselves shape our reality. If we constantly tell ourselves, "I'm not good enough," "I can't do this," or "I always fail," we reinforce our doubts. But when we shift our language to "I am learning," "I am improving," and "I will find a way," we start building a mindset of determination. Self-belief is not about knowing all the answers. It is about trusting that you will figure things out along the way. Surrounding yourself with positive influences also plays a significant role in this transformation. Doubt thrives in negative environments when people around you discourage you, when you are constantly compared to others, or when you are exposed to negativity. But when you are surrounded by people who uplift you, who believe in you, and who push you to be better, your own belief in yourself strengthens. Find mentors, role models, or even books and stories that inspire you. Let them serve as reminders that determination leads to success. The final step in turning doubt into determination is embracing failure as part of the process. Many people fear failure so much that they never even try. But failure is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of growth. Every mistake, every setback, and every challenge faced teaches a lesson that moves you closer to success. Instead of fearing failure, welcome it as an opportunity to learn. The moment you stop seeing failure as an end and start seeing it as a step forward, you unlock a level of determination that nothing can shake. At the core of this transformation is choice. You can choose to let doubt hold you back, or you can choose to use it as fuel to push forward. You can choose to let fear control or you can choose to face fear head on and prove to yourself that you are capable. Determination is not something people are born with. It is something they build. And every time you choose to believe in yourself, every time you choose to keep going despite doubt, you strengthen that determination. The journey from doubt to determination is one of growth, resilience, and self-discovery. It is about proving to yourself that you are stronger than your fears, capable beyond your doubts, and worthy of every success you seek. The road may not always be easy, but as long as you refuse to give up, you will always find a way forward. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the decision to keep going. And once you make that decision, nothing can stop you. The journey from doubt to determination is not just about achieving success. It is about transforming yourself into someone who refuses to give up, no matter how difficult the path may be. Every challenge you face, every setback you overcome, and every moment of doubt you push through shapes you into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Success is not reserved for the most talented or the luckiest. It belongs to those who believe in themselves, who keep going despite fear, and who choose determination over hesitation. Self-doubt is natural but should never define you. Fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. The moment you decide to trust in your own abilities, to take that first step even when uncertainty clouds your mind, is the moment you start changing your reality. You are capable of more than you think, and every effort you make brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. The road ahead will not always be smooth, but that is where growth happens. Challenges are not barriers, they are opportunities to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. Keep believing in yourself, even when no one else does. And most importantly, never let doubt hold you back from the greatness that is already within you. You can do it. You always could. Now, it is time to prove it to yourself.